Now, Myanmar is conducting its first census in more than 30 years. This despite calls for it to be postponed over ethnic and religious tensions. The nationwide survey asks people to choose their ethnicity and religion, but some minority groups, such as Rohingya Muslims, aren't recognised by the government. Census takers have also been barred in rebel-controlled areas over fears that the information could be used for political purposes. It's estimated that around 60 million people, many of them Buddhists, live in Myanmar. Well, Benjamin Zawaki is the Senior International Legal Advisor at the International Commission of Jurists. He's joining us from Bangkok. Very good to have you with us on Al Jazeera. A first census in 30 years in Myanmar. Just how important is it to get an accurate picture of the makeup of Myanmar at this point in its time, in its history?
Well, it's extremely important. The UNFPA has made clear that the country's development in many ways depends upon an accurate head count, as it were, of the number of people there. The real issue now isn't the importance of the census, but the timing. When you have groups as diverse and as credible as Human Rights Watch, Fortify Rights, the Transnational Institute, the International Crisis Group, all saying that perhaps now is not the right time, as well as controversy on all sides within Myanmar, both on the ethnic Rohingya side as well as on the ethnic Rakhine side in the problematic Rakhine state. The real question is not whether, but when.
So, is it being done? It is going to go ahead. Is it going to be done in the right conditions? Because, of course, there are those that say it should be delayed, that more controversial questions like ethnicity, like, even income level should be removed. Is there any chance that's going to happen, or is it going to go ahead as it is? And as you say, if it's not done now, well, when would it happen?
Well, first of all, there is no signs that it's going to be postponed at this point. It's supposed to kick off today and go through the 10th of April. Clearly, there are very few countries in which an operation this large and this methodologically complex would be 100% smooth. But in Myanmar, you still have ongoing internal armed conflicts in Kachin State. You have a United Wa State Party that is expressed difficulties and some dispute as to whether or not they want to cooperate with the census. And most importantly, you have Rakhine State, where the ethnic Rakhine Buddhists have said they don't wish this to go forward. They don't wish the Rohingyas to be permitted to list their ethnicity. And you have the Rohingyas themselves, who have been upset that their ethnicity is not listed among the 135 ethnicities expressly listed on the census form. And so the risk is that an already heightened situation of tension in Rakhine State will be exacerbated by a census. And if there's a credible doubt that that could be the case, it's incumbent upon the UNFPA and the government of Myanmar to at least postpone it until the situation has subsided.
And there's also, of course, the concern about just exactly what's going to be done with this information. I mean, the UN Population Fund's representative herself in Myanmar has said that there are underlying concerns about how this data will be used.
Right. Well, again, the development of the country does depend upon an accurate count. But in Rakhine State, you have and have had for the past 2 years a campaign of ethnic cleansing against the Rohingyas. And so anytime you're mixing the word ethnic cleansing, which is the attempt to forcibly remove a people on the basis of their ethnicity, with a census in which a proper and accurate head count of those very same targeted people is underway, you do have a recipe for disaster in many cases. No one's suggesting that the census should not go forward. It should, but whether or not it should go forward now is really open to question.
Thank you very much for your thoughts. That's Benjamin Zawaki joining us from Bangkok. Thank you.